ask this question. Who do you consider your king?
The Lord.
Okay.
That was referring to.
I literally, okay, so what do you mean by that? Because you're saying think wider, but
well, she has actually a very simple question. So, like, who's your
king? Like, who do you think is your king?
This is my king.
What's so funny about this? This is the funniest thing. The Bible says, and I don't know where it says this, but it says, women shall submit to their husbands the same way the man should submit to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that it says that. And people act like submission is a bad thing. It's very interesting to hear her answer, but honestly, that doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah. Submission is actually also like a really good thing to your husbands, but y'all aren't married yet, so it's like, dang, like y'all are submitting, but y'all not married.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off. I just wanted to ask those few questions. I ain't on no extra drama. Like, everybody be asking the same questions when they get up here, so I thought I'd just switch it up a little bit. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
I don't know how to leave though. I ain't gonna.
I got you. Miss Mojo.
Thank you.
Even when they try to turn us against each other, that's my favorite thing about you. That you have. Even when they try to turn us against each other.
Okay. Hollywood. That's a pretty cool name. Hollywood? Bringing you on. Okay. Up here making origami. No, literally me too. I was like,
that's something. Babe, why did you feel like she was trying to trick you with that?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I was just like, king. Like, I know what she wanted me to. She wanted me to answer God, but I'm like, that's different. That's different. That's like different. Yeah. So let's bring up the likes to 1 million.
Double tap.
1 million is too easy. 1 million, 1.1, 1.2, 1.2 and 6,000 shares. 1.2 million likes and then 6,000 shares.
Double tap that screen, y'all.
So you want to
1.2 million likes.
Such a good when she actually got it. She's like, so
Okay. 1.2 million likes. And then 6,000 shares.
Bet you switch your answers up. Is that really cute?
Ooh, we got 100,000 more likes. We got 100 more shares. I can't believe we got 45,000 people in here. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for 1.2 million.
Because I wouldn't say if somebody asks me, I'll put it to you like this. If somebody asks me, who's my queen? I'm not going to be, and they was like, choose wisely. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're right, like my woman's not my queen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what. Like, even though they could be like, oh, that's like a false like deity or whatever, like,
yeah.
You know, like, I'm like, hey, I'm my queen. Nobody, no outside influence is going to like change that. For me, personally.
All right.
Different strokes, different folks. somebody said you're not God. I never said I was God. She didn't ask who's your God. She said who's your king. So my thing is just like, I appreciate truth and transparency and transparency and like authenticity. That's the things that I like. I don't like if somebody else can come and like affect the dynamics of my relationship. That's weird. It just proves like somebody's like disloyal to me. It looks like a sign of like disloyalty. Guys, and it's okay to have like a disagreement. Like it's not a bad thing, right? That's like the extent of our disagreements. Like whatever you can confront, you can like handle. For me, it's just being transparent. To me, it made me uncomfortable because I know like outside of here, she refers to me as a king, so somebody else asked her that, and they were like, yes. It's so funny though, because if I was to reverse it and be like, hey, this is my queen, nobody has a problem with that. Like, why is that? So they can be my queen, but I can't be their king. Make that make sense. If somebody asked me, who's your queen? And I was like, oh, not them. Like, I don't know, the Virgin Mary. Y'all would look at me and be like, that's weird, right? So it's just one of those things. I feel like it should go like both ways. Like, and if you didn't like view me as your king, that's cool. But I'm saying like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with like somebody that I couldn't view as like my queen, you know. And I don't think women should be in a relationship with somebody that they don't view as a king. If you're gonna call yourself a queen, why wouldn't you be with a king? Please make that make sense. See, the thing about society is they try to like humble us and they try to like make us forget where we come from. Half of y'all forget that y'all got royal blood running through y'all veins. Listen, why do y'all think that us as like black people always gotta have the best everything? Why do you think we gotta have the best everything? Why we gotta have the best clothes, the best shoes, the best cars, the best everything? Bro, it's in our blood to have the best. We're used to it. No matter how society tries to beat us down, no matter how society tries to strip us away, like, bro, it's in our blood. We have greatness in our blood. And I'm not saying we're better than anybody. I'm just saying where we come from a lineage of royalty. And see, this is the thing. Women, I feel like women need to empower their man. There's nothing wrong with that. Society's going to try to tear your man down. Black men, if you're listening, you guys are kings. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, bro. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And there's nothing wrong with asking your woman, hey, do you not view me as a king? There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you're better than them. That's not what I'm saying, because they're queens as well. You understand? But don't let anybody belittle you. Don't let anybody tell you your worth. It's a reason why you gotta have the freshest clothes. It's the reason why you gotta have the freshest car, the freshest everything. It's in our blood to want the best. No matter what they try to do to y'all. They can sit up here and try to tell y'all to be humble and suppress yourself and do all that. Bro, no. It's in your blood, man. It's literally in your blood. So that's just my 2 cents on it. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of heat for that, but like I said, guys, I'm never here to be liked by you guys. I'm here to be raw, truthful, and transparent, right? So that's that. That's that. Shanice, you wanna add anything? No? You got nothing to say? You sure? There you go. You got a chance.
I just thought when the king thing, like I agree. I think one of like honestly the greatest thing is family, and also like a woman's submission to, you know, the person that's gonna bring life into this world. Like that's something that you should honor. That's something that you should honor, and that's basically that. So that was kind of the brainer.
I appreciate your support. All right, we're gonna bring the next guest.
Yes, we got 1.3 million likes.
Thank y'all for the double tapping.
Shaped by Sosa. Diamond Ramirez. We're gonna bring you up, Diamond Ramirez. Okay, hello? I think she's sleeping. I think she's sleeping. Okay. Let's see. Bratty. Jossie Ray. Nikki Monroe. Ooh! The crotch fruit lady? What? That's an interesting name. Hello, Nikki.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi.
How do
Hi.
I
Can you turn your
do this?
camera on, girl?
Yes, I am. Hold on. It
Awesome.
says turn on camera. Okay. Like this, I think. Can you see it? Or no?
Not yet, girl. You gotta like press the 3 dots.
Hold on. Oh, it says save,
boom.
right?
Boom, boom, boom. Yes. Hey.
Hi,
Nikki.
beloved.
Hey, love.
Thank you.
What's your name and where are you from?
So I'm Nikki, and I'm from Texas.
You're from Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the first thing you saw from us? Like first piece of content? Was it like a clip from...
Hold on, the connection just kind of went out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Let's see.
So yeah, the first thing I saw was clips of everything, and then I started like tuning into the lives because I don't know, they're just kind of entertaining at this point. You know?
What clip did you watch? Do you remember the first clip you watched of us? What was it like?
I think it was just like they were talking about how you guys are in a poly relationship, but like you guys were not together. Like you and Shanice were not together.
Yep.
So yeah, like I feel like everyone's just asking like really cool questions, but I don't know, like whenever I'm on, like it just kind of like I understand social media, I understand the likes and clicks and views, I get it, I love it. That being said, I don't know, it just doesn't really give that you said you and Shanice are like friends, like besties, or no?
Yeah, we're friends. I mean, obviously, you know, you need to develop a relationship, and like we haven't known each other for that long, so.
And just to clarify, how long have you guys known each other?
So known of each other
Sure.
is 2021. I came out here in December. That's the first time I met her. We didn't really stay in contact as much, but because like, you know, she's busy. I was busy. I'm running a business. She's in the military. Like, so yeah, we didn't stay really connected, but we did have a really great connection. And then when I came back,
when you say it was a good connection, like a really great connection, what do you mean by that? Like how did you guys connect?
I mean, we have a lot of similarities. We're both vegan. We're in the same middle class. We have the same interests. We both go to the gym. We both care about wellness and like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the same things. Yeah.
And so after that connection, it was you had left and went back to where you were from, and then you came back and you did the one-way ticket thing, and now we're here. Is that what it is?
Say that again?
You did the one-way ticket thing back, and then that was like, now it's just here.
Yeah.
Like, what happened with that? Like when Shanice was on deployment, like how did like what was that conversation like? Like, was there any animosity, or was it just straight love?
It wasn't that much conversation because of my lack of leadership. I have failed to communicate a lot while Shanice was on deployment.
So when you say failed to communicate, what exactly did you not communicate?
Like, she knew that Olivia was here. She knew that when Olivia first came here, it wasn't romantic. Once it turned romantic, I told like Shanice every step of the way. Like, I told her when I first started liking Olivia, I was like, hey, I think I like Olivia. And she was like, huh. Shanice actually told me, I don't know if you remember, babe. It was like, that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, that's what happened. But even though she was in the loop, I feel like I could have done a much better job with communication. Like I have very high standards for like myself. And I just know that I could have handled that situation a lot better personally as a man, and I, own up to that, and I admit that, that did cause you,
Okay, and Shanice, like, what do you think like he could have communicated more for you? Shanice leaving. Like, where do you think the communication went wrong?
It was just deployment. That's all.
Deployment. So he wasn't communicating with you on deployment.
No, the fact that I was on deployment, of course we're gonna have, bad communications because, I'm on the other side of the world and switching different countries and whatnot.
Okay, so, and you guys said that you had talked about bringing other women into the relationship because you yourself, you do like women as well. So were you expecting him to bring someone who liked girls?
Yeah, that was the initial discussion.
Okay. And when that conversation happened and then you found out that Olivia does not like girls, was there any...
Oh, before they became romantic. I knew Olivia didn't like women.
Okay, and then but you knew Olivia didn't like girls.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so you just kind of, after that happened, you just kind of were okay with it? Like, you got to know Olivia and
Well, I had met Olivia prior to that moment, so there's that.
And when you say, again, the communication, so he's saying the communication, he didn't do a good job communicating with you, but you're saying the reason is because you were on deployment, so connection was bad.
Both.
Okay. So, Sean, was it communication, like the Wi-Fi connection, or was it that you weren't communicating what exactly was going on?
I'm gonna be honest. Myself.
Ask about the kid comment.
The communication was bad. All that was bad, but I could have been better.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I really believe in making excuses. So I could have been better. Whether I had to send her a walkie-talkie and talk over walkie-talkie, or throw a paper plane or fly her a kite. I don't know. I should have been able to communicate better.
Communicate what though? Communicate. What are you communicating?
The thing about poly is a very different. This is where I said I could have communicated. We at first we wanted to get a girl that we both were into, and then I ended up choosing Olivia because during the deployment, I discovered that building with a woman is a lot more intimate than having physical pleasure with the woman. So Olivia, I saw her as somebody that was super powerful. I still do see her as somebody that's super powerful. And that's what it became more so about than the sex. And I didn't really get to communicate that with her, and that was my fault, and I took full responsibility on that.
Okay. And people are kind of asking about the king comment as far as Shanice.
Oh yeah, I'm glad about that. For me, I'm very big. I asked for 3 things: loyalty, respect, and communication. And for me, I feel I just know Shanice, and I'll just be completely transparent. I have mad love for Shanice. But sometimes I feel like Shanice is in a relationship with social media. And the thing about Shanice, y'all see her and be like, oh, she's so graceful, she's so this. She cares what y'all think about her. Me and Olivia, we don't care what y'all think about us. We care about what we think about each other. And Shanice cares about what we think about. But Shanice is maybe you call it more mature, I don't know. But she's more she dresses up kind of what she says. It's not a bad thing.
She's adult.
Yeah. It's just her style. So for me, I would want the support of my woman. I don't want my woman to care about what social media thinks about her. You're in a relationship with me, not social media. So I just feel if we flip that situation and a woman asks me, who's your queen? There's no hesitation. I'm gonna be Olivia, Shanice. I'm not hesitating. I'm not finna be I'm not finna let some clown outside of my relationship change my answer or change how I support my queen. That don't even make sense. But somehow when it's for a guy, it's a problem. So for me, I don't like that, and I confronted it. I'm not mad, I'm not upset about it. It's a little disappointing because I want my woman to support me. I didn't
I love that. I love that.
It did rub me the wrong way. But the thing about this is, I'm never gonna lie to you guys. Because if we flipped it, if somebody asked me, "Who's your queen? Is this your queen? Are these your queens?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah." I'm gonna stand on the table for it. Absolutely, those are my queens. But for her, for whatever reason, how the question was asked, she let it like waver her. That I don't like that. Am I mad about it, or is this gonna be a discussion for weeks? No, not at all. We talked about it. That was it. It's handled.
Okay. And Shanice, when he said what he said after you talked about how you believe that God is king and that's your religion is important to you, how do you feel about that? Like, how this is the person that you've chosen, this is your love, and there is a disconnect on a little bit of like religious views. Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm a lot more spiritual than religious, and of course I do believe in a higher power. That's what I figured when she said think broader, what she was referring to. If regardless, I do see my man as a king.
Yeah.
This is my king.
So with all due respect, when you had a chance to say that, why didn't you say that? Like, I'm just trying to understand. Like, if you had a chance to say that, why didn't you say that? When you have a chance to publicly support me as your man and us be united rather than them trying to tear us apart, why would you not say that? Because if we flipped it and somebody asked me who's my queen, do you think that I'm gonna falter at all? Is there gonna be any hesitation? Or I'm standing on the table and I'm like, yo, that's my queen. What's up? So if I'm gonna rock with you like that, I want that same loyalty back. And that's for any woman that I'm messing with. Like, we gotta straight riding together, like, no matter what. Like, why would I want to be with somebody?
So do you think that her calling God king is
that's not it. It was see, this is the thing. You guys asked loaded questions. She didn't say, is God king? She said, who's your king? And that was the whole point. It's a loaded question. You guys be trying to set them up. And for me, what I'm telling you is, this is why y'all don't like Olivia or why y'all have a problem with me. I don't care about being liked. I'm going to be honest. I never try to intentionally disrespect somebody. All I'm saying is this. If somebody asked her that off live, the answer would have been different. And at the end of the day, she's not in a relationship with social media. She's in a relationship with her man. That's the only thing that I'm saying. And if it was the reverse and somebody asked me, who is your queen? There's no hesitation on my end. That's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm not saying what I did was right. I'm just saying the type of guy I am, if somebody does something like that I do not like, I'm going to confront it. I'm going to be like, hey, this rubbed me this way. This made me feel this way. I'm going to communicate that. Because if you don't communicate that, guess what? You're going to hold negative feelings. And then you're going to be acting weird. And then the energy's off for the next day or the next week. And then it's just like,
I don't think she was trying to like downplay you being king in her life, but I do believe, like, you know, she believes God is, and religion is spiritual for her, you know. So
okay,
let's see.
Yeah, I don't think it was a spiritual question, and I think for me personally, it could have been easy, like, hey, this is my king, but obviously, like, God is, like, you know, above all. Like, it's ways to handle it. Like, that's just my 2 cents. And for me, I'm never gonna switch my answer because of like social media or anybody else. So that's just my 2 cents.
And Olivia, your parents disapprove of the poly relationship. Why is that?
Because they're just both really religious. And you know, that's it.
So how does religion go against poly? Like, how does it go against like your, because in the Bible, there were lots of people who had plenty of wives.
I agree with you. But the thing is about these days, I agree with you, but the thing about these days is like people that follow religion only want to follow the things that like resonate with them. They don't really want to they don't really want to look into anything else. They want to translate it and interpret it the way that fits their narrative. And if it doesn't, they're not really going to even look into it.
And Shanice, after hearing what Sean said, like, what do you feel about that? Like, what do you feel about like that exchange and how he felt that you saying what you said kind of, you know, disregarded him? Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, of course, I'm gonna like honor his feelings. I care about how he feels, and I appreciate him being able to be vulnerable with me and communicate. I appreciate him communicating. In regards to like the topic, yes, of course, like I could have clarified better, so I can like acknowledge that my love is my king, and of course, like you said, God is above all.
I feel that. And so again, Olivia, this is like your first serious relationship?
Yeah, I mean, what would you consider serious?
Well, what do you have to like base this relationship off? Like, how do you know like this one is better than your, like, what do you have to base it with? Like, what are you gauging it with? Like, how much experience you had?
I think it's alignment. You know, how aligned you are with the person. Like, I think the quality of relationships is based on alignment. You know, so, you know, when I think about, a friendship, right? And it's gonna be a low quality friendship. Like, I would consider people that I grew up in high school with a low quality friendship because we're not aligned anymore in certain ways, right? Maybe it's because they don't have the same mission as me or something like that, or they don't have the right habits.
Like your ex, like the one you were with, and like you broke up with your ex to get with Sean, like, and you felt like that relationship wasn't serving you anymore, so this one was better?
She didn't break up with her ex to get with me.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I saw on like your page there was like a reel or something, and like there was like some photo slide, and like in one of them you had a boyfriend when you had met him.
Yeah, that's right.
So then you like broke up with that ex, or like you broke up with him then?
So I split with my ex because I saw that we were not in alignment, and that's my fault because I feel like I did a bad job of identifying what even alignment was for me. So I didn't.
What did that look like? What did alignment look like for you at 19?
Alignment looks like somebody that actually wants to build together and actually wants to build a family and a strong family and want to build something great, like something that is fantastic and can help billions all across the world. That's what I want to do. That's the mission I want to be on. I want to be on a huge mission, a billion people mission, helping a billion people mission. That's what I have. That's what I want to be on. And you know, that's just not what it was, to be honest.
Okay, so when it comes to having multiple women, and so if Sean gets one of them pregnant, are you guys going to raise the baby? Like, how does that dynamic look for you guys?
I feel like it'll be a team effort, to be honest.
So everybody to mama, the grandmama too. I feel it.
I mean, obviously not everybody's gonna be called mama. That's pretty.
So what would like mom one, mom two, like? What would it be?
They're just gonna be calling you like Queen blank, Queen name, Queen Shanice.
So it'd be Queen. And then or Sean would be King Dad.
King Dad, I'm weak.
Okay.
There's only one king. So
yes,
you my king.
Yeah, that's yeah. And I have a question for the ladies that like get like bashing. Like, why are y'all so hesitant to call a man a king? Why do y'all act like there can be multiple kings? There's multiple kings in the Bible, and we all know that God is above everybody. So like, what is so wrong with a woman calling her man a king? Like, I really want.
I wonder if there's anything wrong with a woman calling her man a king, especially if he's doing kingly duties.
So why does it seem like people get so offended in the comments? I see people like, oh, I would never.
No, I think people are upset about the fact that when Shanice, talked about how she believes that God is king, that you kind of took that.
But that's not what it was though. Like, I feel like that was just like a leading question. This is what it was. It was like, who's your king? Be wise. And the thing is, like, people are like, sometimes people can be easily influenced. You understand? So I feel like she took that and tried to like appease somebody else rather than just speaking her truth. And for me,
were you trying to appease her?
Can you let her finish, please?
No, that's a question. Go ahead.
What's your question?
Were you trying to appease?
Were you trying to appease us by telling us that you believe God is king?
Mm-hmm.
Or were you just speaking your truth?
It's not that I was trying to appease anyone else. It's just that, like, I understand that God is above all, and of course my love is my king. And I could have clarified a lot better.
Well, that shuts me up. Never mind. I was wrong. So I'm gonna just. So.
I love this dynamic.
You say what?
I said I love the dynamic. I love it.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this. One thing I learned about in this relationships, I value now moving forward in my relationships, authenticity and transparency. Because in my relationships, I feel like, hey, I want, 3 things: loyalty, respect, and communication, but also keep it real, show up, and don't quit, because I would never quit on you. So I feel like these situations are definitely very like eye-opening for me as well. Because I know what it's like. Like the bigger you get, the more pressure there is from like the outside world. And like, I don't know if you can really be in a relationship with somebody that cares more about like the opinions of the outside world than like the opinions of somebody that they're building a family with. I don't really think that that works. And I don't think that that's conducive to like success, to be completely honest with you. I think that's the number one thing that holds people back, is listening to like outside influence.
So someone wants to know, like, so polygyny is like, you really stand next to it, and you know, you're billionaires. Do you know any billionaires who are living this lifestyle the same way as you, or?
Do I personally know any billionaires? No, but I feel like if you go look at the richest people in the world, which is the people in the Middle East, the trillionaires of the world, then yes, they do this. The leader of Dubai has 6 wives. So you tell me what that means.
But the thing is, he's not on social media kind of advertising it.
All right, so what does that mean though? That's irrelevant.
But it's more like, is it, because I've heard like when you bring other people into your relationship, you open it up to a whole bunch of like negative comments and
but see, here's the thing: if your relationship is rock solid, it doesn't matter. So all of that negative comments and stuff, that exposes stuff that's not real anyway. Because if I'm rocking with a woman and we're really tight, we're going to be really tight, and that support is going to show. And I feel like if anything, it would save me from like a future failure. Like, if me and Shanice are not meant to be together, I would rather know that now than when we have kids, and it's like much deeper. So this doesn't mean nothing to me. See, the thing y'all fail to realize is I'm not really married to either one of them. I'm married to my mission. Women may come and go. My focus is my mission in helping people. I'm still, whether Shanice is here or not, or whether Olivia here is not, I'm still gonna be here helping single moms all over the planet, helping college kids, helping people who want to start up their business, helping business owners. That's my mission. And I just got lucky enough, gracious enough to find 2 people who wanted to partner with me on my mission. So with that being said, people may come and they go, but the mission stays the same. Elon Musk has had 7 or 8 wives. Like, he's had 7 or 8 wives. Like, he's failed a lot, but like, what is his focus? His focus is on mission, helping putting people on Mars and doing stuff. People know his mission, not like his family situation. People may come and they go. Like, I'm very lucky. Shanice is an amazing woman. don't take this as I'm speaking down on her, but or Olivia, I would never speak down on any of them.
They're both amazing women.
If we're not meant to be, we're not meant to be. That's okay. It's not bad. I hope you got nourishment. I hope you got, whatever, like, gained a lot while you were like here. You know what I mean? So that's just, it is what it is.
So when you were dating Shanice, she mentioned to you that she likes girls, yes? Did you know that was the dynamic or no?
Yes.
And when you guys were talking about a polygamous relationship, the conversation was to bring in a girl that also Shanice,
Yes.
Thing?
Yes, that was original, but for me to be completely transparent, I felt like it was a little bit low vibrational, because I feel like building with a woman and impacting people all over the world transcends sex. Because me having, physical intercourse with a woman, that's fun, but it doesn't really help anybody. I looked at Olivia, I said, she's very powerful, she's very able, she has a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom. That's somebody I want to build and do life with.
But you didn't take into, I guess maybe you did take into account Shanice, because like she was okay with Olivia, but you were dating Shanice first, and you kind of disregarded her, like that conversation,
I would never disregard my queen at all. But at the end of the day, I'm the man, I'm the leader in the relationship, so everything kind of starts with me. And I think that sometimes men, their slippery slope can start when they make their life about their woman rather than their mission. A man's life is supposed to be about his mission, not a woman. My life will never be about a woman. My life will always be about my mission. Ladies, listen, I know I say I'm going to build the most beautiful and powerful family America's ever seen, but I'm never going to make a woman my mission. I will do everything in my power to protect her, to empower her, to love her, to cherish her, but a woman's never going to be the sole focus of my life. My mission and helping people will. Women come and go. Their feelings change. One day they want to be with you, one day they won't. Okay,
but
cool.
not Shanice and Olivia. They are staples.
They're what?
They're
I mean,
staples.
we only been dating 7 months, so who knows?
Like you're a staple in the relationship, a pillar. Like you're solid foundation. Can't be wavered. Yeah. But
Yeah.
like that kind of
I don't know. I mean, we're still new into this. Like, who knows? You know, it depends. She may may want to go and do something else. I may want to go and do something else. To be completely transparent, you know, one thing about, you know, Shanice, she's an amazing person, but just me personally, I feel like sometimes she cares more about being in a relationship with social media than like being in a relationship with like me. Like, I'm the one she has to sleep with next to every night, not social media. I'm the one I feel like she should support, not social media. I'm the one, we have to support each other. Because like if they delete TikTok or they delete Instagram and all this was going, who is going to be left? Me and you. And I don't know if like that's like necessarily like real to her. And sometimes when that like those type of situations happens to me, I know she said she didn't want to appease, but to me, the way I take that, I look at it as a lack of support. And that could just be an insecurity thing on me. I don't know, right? I don't have it all figured out. But to me, I'm like, I don't know.
So do you said like she cares more about social media and like, you know, there's kind of like a lacking like her caring for you. Like, do you feel like, you know, like maybe because she is your queen, you do love her, you do care about her, maybe you should allow her to explore those things, or no?
She could. Like that wouldn't bother me.
Of course. And Shanice, like, do you feel like you have like a relationship with social media, like you care about it a lot, or
No.
is it just like people just love you, so like you're taking it in?
Say again?
Do you feel like you have a relationship with social media more than you do Sean?
No, not at all. I barely post anything. I barely go live. This is most of my time other than, you know, being at work and catering to my man.
Someone asked if you feel manipulated. I know you're gonna say no, of course not. But with the conversation about the God is King, like, and how you like switched your answer, do you not feel like you were suggested to say those things?
My answer wasn't switched at all. I just clarified.
I feel that. Look, I don't think we have any more questions. That was just like all of it. I just want to say like both of you ladies are lovely, and I hope that, you know, you just keep prospering as best you can, you know.
Thank you, love.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you. Whoa. Before you go, you got a business?
So I am a gifted storyteller. I'm a full-time content creator. I talk about a whole bunch of things, my life and everything, and the life of being a crotch tree and having crotch fruit. So that's kind of my thing. But you guys can see me over there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Love to see it. With that being said, I appreciate you for hopping on. Hey, and by the way, I appreciate your transparency. You asked really deep questions and you did it without being disrespectful. These are the conversations.
We're all people. At the end of the day, we're all people. We are all.
Yes.
I understand the social media aspect. Look, not everybody's gonna agree with what you got going on. And that's okay.
1,000%. And to my guys out there, I want to say something. Guys, in order to be a leader, you got to be willing to not be liked. It's not about being liked, man. At the end of the day, like, you got to do what's best for like the group. And if you're in a relationship, you got to do what's best for like your relationship. And the best thing you can do as a man and as a leader, in my 2 cents, is in life, whatever you can confront, you can handle. If you can't confront something, you can't handle it. Right? So if you don't have the ability, obviously respectfully, to be like, hey, I don't like this, I don't want to see this, let's fix this, then you're not going to be able to have those hard conversations in life, man. Think about it. If somebody disrespects your lady, you got to be able to confront that. Hold on, man, I don't play like that. Because if somebody disrespected my queens, like, bro, it's no question. Like, it's no question. Like I'm not talking, I'm not playing no games. I don't play at all. So guys, you guys gotta like stop trying to be liked. I'm not saying you gotta be disrespectful to people, but in order to be a leader, you gotta be willing to be unliked. This may be if you're at a job, this may be if you're captain of a football team. Listen, man, if somebody's not doing what they need to do for the team, you have to be able to confront that 1,000%. And guys, I know we get like a lot of slack and they talk about toxic masculinity, but listen, masculinity is what protects society. In times of danger, who do people call? A masculine man who's willing to challenge and willing to step up for what's right. So don't be afraid of that. A lot of people are gonna try to throw salt on your name, but you gotta stick to your guns, man, when it comes to that. You're never gonna be able to build a family if you're not willing to be a leader.